The Divine Whisper, why your instincts are your greatest superpower. Thank you for being here today. I'm truly honored to stand before you and share transformative insights gathered from my extraordinary conversation with Brandi Roy, a woman whose journey embodies the very essence of resilience, spiritual wisdom, and the profound power of inner knowing. Brandi Roy isn't just another voice in the personal development space. She is a revolutionary force for change, particularly within the Black professional community. Through her work empowering Black professionals, especially women navigating life's complex transitions, she has created ripples of transformation that extend far beyond individual lives into communities and businesses nationwide. Her remarkable ability to blend deep spiritual insight with practical wisdom makes her voice not just important, but essential in our conversations about authentic success and healing. In a world of superficial quick fixes, Brandy offers something profoundly different, a path to restoration that honors both divine guidance and human agency. I want to begin with a question that might feel uncomfortable. Have you ever ignored that quiet voice inside you, that gentle nudge telling you something wasn't right, and then later, perhaps much later, realized that voice was trying to protect you? Take a moment, feel that question in your body. Most of us have ignored that voice, and we've paid the price, sometimes dearly. We live in a culture obsessed with external validation. We're taught to seek advice, gather opinions, read reviews, consult experts. And yes, there's value in that. But in our quest for external guidance, we've often silenced our most reliable compass, that internal knowing that speaks in whispers, not shouts. What Brandi Roy shared with me challenges our conventional thinking about decision making in such a profound way that it might initially feel unsettling. She offered this counterintuitive truth: trusting God and your own instincts can not only protect you from making poor choices, but also transform even your worst decisions into blessings. This isn't just spiritual theory or motivational fluff, it's practical wisdom with real world applications that extend from our personal relationships into our professional lives, our businesses, our leadership. Think about it. How many times have you overridden your instincts because the alternatives seem more logical, more acceptable, more aligned with others' expectations? How many times have you silenced that inner voice because what it was telling you seemed too difficult, too disruptive, too demanding? Brandy shared something that stopped me in my tracks. She said, too often we're taught that mistakes define us or permanently derail our destinies. But when you listen for the Holy Spirit's voice, even after ignoring it and walking through pain, God can still use every part of your journey for restoration and purpose. This is revolutionary thinking in a world that often suggests one wrong turn means game over. It suggests something far more hopeful, that our capacity for restoration is greater than our capacity for destruction. Let me share three key insights from my conversation with Brandy that might transform how you approach decision making and recovery from life's inevitable missteps. First, trusting your instincts is trusting God. That inner voice, the nudge in your spirit, isn't just intuition, it's often divine guidance. Honoring it is an act of faith that will keep you aligned with your purpose. When we dismiss our instincts, we're often dismissing the very whisper of God trying to guide us toward our highest good. Second, accountability leads to empowerment. Taking responsibility for where we ignored red flags or silenced ourselves isn't about blame. It's about reclaiming power over what happens next in life and business. There is profound freedom in saying, I knew better, and next time I will do better. This isn't self flagellation, it's liberation. And third, restoration is possible after loss. No matter how much has been lost, money, relationships, confidence, God can restore more than what was taken if you do the work. Therapy, faith practices, boundaries. Restoration doesn't always look like what we expect, but comes exactly as needed. The path forward isn't about regaining what was lost, but receiving what was always meant for you. These aren't just abstract concepts, they're practical truths with real world applications, particularly for professionals navigating complex business challenges and personal transitions. Let me bring this to life with powerful real world examples. Consider Nikayla Matthews Okome, founder of Side Hustle Pro, a podcast spotlighting Black women who have scaled side hustles into thriving businesses. I want you to imagine Nikayla sitting at her corporate desk, feeling that persistent tug that there was something more for her, something different, something that would truly align with her purpose. Nikayla started her podcast while working full time, balancing ambition with the security fears many entrepreneurs face. What made her successful wasn't just her business acumen, it was her willingness to trust her intuition, those spiritual nudges telling her that her story and those like hers needed telling. She consistently shared both successes and setbacks on air, embracing vulnerability over perfectionism. The result? Her platform now boasts millions of downloads and has helped countless Black women believe in their entrepreneurial dreams by seeing themselves reflected authentically. After feeling unfulfilled despite corporate success, Nikayla chose to honor that inner voice, and it led her to create something far more meaningful than what she left behind. Side Hustle Pro has become an industry touchstone, inspiring others nationally. It demonstrates how sharing real journeys, including failures, empowers community transformation. Or consider Marche Robinson and Michael Newell, who partnered in both marriage and business after each faced significant setbacks, including failed ventures. Both experienced professional disappointments before finding alignment in love and business, which required letting go of previous definitions of success. Their solution wasn't to abandon faith, but to lean more heavily into it. They embraced faith based principles, trusting God's timing, maintaining open communication about past mistakes and fears, and providing mutual support through transition periods. Their partnership led them to launch multiple ventures supporting other Black entrepreneurs, a testament to resilience after loss. Their willingness to share raw lessons learned opened doors for mentoring younger entrepreneurs who feared failure meant finality, not realizing restoration was possible through transparency and collaboration. Their journey exemplifies Brandy's message about the necessity and reward of listening inwardly after public and private losses while building anew from authentic places. Perhaps most compelling are the stories from a starting over after 50 inches YouTube panel featuring Black women sharing their experiences starting businesses following divorce or major personal loss. These women described using entrepreneurship as a vehicle for healing and reinvention. They faced isolation after divorce and losses, compounded by ageism and racism in professional spaces. But they also confronted internal barriers like shame and self doubt, echoing elements of Brandy's narrative. Their solution? Many cited therapy and spiritual practice as foundational steps before launching new ventures, from travel agencies to educational podcasts. all rooted in embracing authenticity rather than societal expectations. The outcome was remarkable. Many found greater fulfillment and prosperity than in their pre divorce lives because they finally honored the whisper. Their instincts and God given vision for both work life balance and impact projects serving other women. The collective wisdom shared helped normalize nonlinear healing paths while modeling practical tools anyone facing similar transitions could apply immediately. What's particularly striking about these stories is how they reinforce every aspect of Brandy's message, from honoring divine nudges during crisis seasons all the way through leveraging loss as fuel toward purposeful entrepreneurship and reinvention journeys. Now, I want to address something that might be uncomfortable but necessary. Brandy shared a deeply counterintuitive truth. Admitting you made a mistake, like marrying someone you knew wasn't right, can actually be the starting point for healing and empowerment. This requires radical honesty with ourselves. It means taking accountability not as self blame, but as a path to true freedom. When we stop hiding from our truth and start listening again to God, to our gut, we open ourselves up to grace and new beginnings. This principle applies powerfully in business contexts. How many of us have remained in partnerships, investments, or career paths long after our instincts told us something was misaligned? The cost of ignoring that inner knowing isn't just personal, it's professional, financial, and communal. For Black professionals in particular, discernment becomes an essential skill. In environments where representation may be limited and challenges unique, that ability to hear and honor your instincts can protect you from costly missteps. Honest reflection fuels growth. Resilience creates room for comeback stories. This is especially relevant for the high achieving Black women in this room today. Many of you have spent years in survival mode, leading teams, raising families, holding down households, carrying communities. You've worn the superwoman cape for so long that listening to your instincts might feel like a luxury you can't afford. But what if that inner knowing, that divine whisper, is actually your greatest superpower? What if softening enough to hear it isn't weakness, but wisdom? As we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge that might feel uncomfortable, but has the potential to transform everything starting today. Right now, in this moment, I challenge you to make a radical commitment to your inner voice. The next time you feel that nudge, that whisper, that knowing, stop, listen, honor it. Even when, especially when it contradicts conventional wisdom or disrupts comfortable patterns. What might happen if you trusted that voice as if your life depended on it? Because in many ways it does. Your authentic life, your purposeful life, your restored life. Remember this: your instincts are not random neural firings, they are not irrational fears. They are often the divine whisper guiding you toward your highest good. The most powerful truth Brandy shared is this: even when we ignore that voice and walk through pain as a result, restoration remains possible. God can use every part of your journey, the missteps, the detours, the valleys, for restoration and purpose. This isn't spiritual bypassing. It doesn't mean we shouldn't do the work of healing, but it does mean that our mistakes don't have the final word on our stories. The world needs you to trust your instincts. Your family needs it. Your community needs it. Your business needs it. But most importantly, you need it. Because in that trust lies your freedom, your power, and your peace. So today I invite you, no, I challenge you to become a revolutionary in your own life. Listen for the whisper, honor the knowing, trust the guidance that comes from within, and watch as your worst decisions transform into unexpected blessings. Your greatest losses become launching pads for new beginnings, and your most authentic self emerges, not despite your journey, but because of it. The divine whisper is speaking. Will you listen?